Good morning, adaptive yogis. Welcome back. Let's get moving on this beautiful day. We'll start seated in a chair. Take your feet hip distance, knees hip distance. Maybe rest your hands on your knees, your thighs, in your lap, somewhere comfortable. Close down your eyes. If it feels better, you can always just soften your gaze. Take a moment to land here in your body. Feel your feet on the ground. Feel the length of the legs, the bend of the knees. Sense the weight of the hips on the chair. Feel tall in the spine. Even sense your head balancing above your shoulders. Sense what it's like to be in your entire body today. Notice any areas of tension that might be here, and know that this is okay. All parts of you are welcome. The parts that feel good, the parts that are uncomfortable. Welcome all of you here. And welcome your breath. Feel how your body moves with your breath. Feel your ribs expand and contract. Feel that subtle shift at your shoulders. Feel the breath swirling at your throat. Breathe deep into your core, deep into your body. Really enjoy the pleasure of breathing as much as possible. Now let's wiggle our toes and our fingers. Spread your fingers wide. Spread your toes nice and wide on the floor. Maybe you can make space between each digit. Drop your hands on your exhale. Palms face forward. Ground down with your feet, your hips. Grow a little taller, mountain pose. Inhale, sweep your arms overhead. Get really, really spacious here. Take a nice stretch. If it's okay for you, interlace your fingers. Press your palms up towards the ceiling. And on your exhale, round your back. Press your palms forward. Shoulders round, chin tucks. Inhale, rock back forward. Lift your hands, open. Exhale, round. Again, like that. Inhale, lift. Exhale, round back. Inhale, lift as much as your arms can go. And exhale, round back. Release your hands, roll your shoulders. Let them feel nice and easy. Notice if one shoulder feels any different than the other. Try taking those rolls in the opposite direction. And let's loosen up the neck. Chin tucks down, head hangs heavy. Release the weight of your head. Shoulder blades down the back. Spine still tall. Letting the stretch be about the back of the neck. Let's take our half circles when you're ready. Feel your breath flow as you roll your head from side to side, not cranking all the way back, just a little half circle. Eyes can stay closed. How is your inner landscape today? Notice anything emotionally or mentally. Let's pause with our right ear to our right shoulder. Hang out here for a moment. If it's okay for you, you can bring your right hand up and massage out the lumps, the bumps, the tissue here on the left side. Feel free to move your head around. Feel free to wiggle your jaw. Good. Drop your hands to your chest. Pull your skin towards the floor. Feel your skin sliding down. And then take an inhale to lift your chin in the opposite direction, just enough to feel a stretch on the front of the neck. So keep pulling down and lifting your chin. Good. Release your chin back to your chest. Roll your left ear over to the left side, the left shoulder. Let your right shoulder be heavy, and that left hand can massage out the tissues on the right side if that's accessible for you. Stay in your body here. Lots of awareness in the shoulder and neck, but also hold in your awareness, your hips, your feet, the lower part of the body, and your breath. Can you keep your awareness present with all parts of the body, even as we work this next stretch? Feel any difference between sides. This can give you information, perhaps about how you spend your day, if you need to throw in a few more neck stretches on one side versus the other. Good. And release it down. Pause here for a breath. Notice how your shoulders are feeling, hopefully a little bit more loose, neck a little more free. So we're going to work the front of the shoulder, the scalenes. And oftentimes when we're feeling a lot of stress or we're trying really hard to accomplish something, we'll start to breathe up in our neck. So we're going to give a little bit of relief to these muscles right in the front that connect up to the collarbone called your scalenes. So we'll start with the right side. Make like a Lego man hand. And you'll bring your thumb to your collarbone, find the line of your collarbone, and then pop your thumb up just above it into that little divot between your neck and your collarbone. And you'll start to crawl your thumb towards the middle of your neck, but not at the pit of the throat, just until you find those long cords. And I like a side-to-side motion, like this plucking action. You could draw circles, go up and down. Take deep, steady breaths while you're here, imagining that you're relaxing your neck as much as possible. Sometimes we are holding tension there and we don't even realize it. So just bringing your awareness to this part of the body can be so helpful. Again, feel free to move your head. Really explore. Practicing yoga is this wonderful opportunity to build a relationship with the body that you have today. Like reestablish the connection with your body and get to know your body. Good. Let's bring our head back to neutral. Release the hand down and pause here for a moment. Notice if you feel any difference from side to side. I definitely feel my right arm heavier. Take a big breath into your lungs. Send the breath all the way to the right side. See if it can expand and take in more breath volume. That just feels so good. Let's do the opposite side. Make your Lego hand. Thumb to your collarbone. Find the line of your collarbone. Fingertips rest behind your neck. And then lift your thumb up above the collarbone, right into the divot between the neck and the collarbone. Move your thumb to find those supportive cables of your neck here. And maybe this plucking action. Maybe some circling with the thumbs, maybe a little bit up and down. And you can explore all along the edge of the collarbone. Not being too aggressive or forceful, but also applying enough pressure that you feel something change in your tissues, even if it's small. Enjoy even those subtle energetic shifts that can show up. And feel your breath again. Breathe just as steady as when you're not in this position or doing this movement. If you forget your breath, it's okay. It's always there for you. Just bring your awareness gently back to the inhales and the exhales. Nice. Go ahead and release your hand down and feel your shoulders drop down your back a little more. A little bit less tension here. Take a big breath into your lungs, biggest breath of practice. And exhale, release. Feels so good to loosen up that neck. Drop your hands by your side, spread your toes, your fingers, come back to mountain pose, engage your low belly. Take an inhale, circle, sweep the arms up and overhead. Exhale, open to a T. Keep reaching your elbows away from your body. Inhale, extend and lengthen. Imagine yourself growing taller. Exhale, rotate to the right. Keep your hips nice and steady. Try to keep your arms in line with your shoulders. Your arms will want to try to move, but see what your actual range of motion here is at the shoulders. How deeply can you twist and rotate without compensating with other parts of the body? Be curious about it. Nice. Now on your exhale, go ahead and bring that left arm to the outside of your right thigh. And you might reach back with your right arm. You might bring your right hand to your hip, or maybe gently to the chair behind you. Take another inhale, lengthen yourself tall, really press your feet down, your hips down. Exhale, rotate, maybe a little deeper. If your hips started to twist, nudge them back to center. Nice. Exhale, release. Inhale, arms sweep out and up. Exhale, open to a T, palms face down. Reach out with your elbows as you inhale. Exhale, rotate to the left, just your shoulders. Try not to compensate with the arms. Keep breathing, keep reaching the arms. Keep pressing the hips and feet down, even just energetically. It doesn't have to be anything super big. On your exhale, bring the right hand outside the left thigh. Bring your left hand to a place that's comfortable for you. Take another inhale to lengthen the spine. Grow really tall here. And then explore the depth of your rotation, cultivating your edge. Once you get to that place, take a big breath into the lungs, find stillness. And exhale, gently release. Excellent. Let's move to the lower half of the body for a moment. We'll give the upper body a little bit of a break. Start by interlacing your fingers under your thigh, your right thigh, and bounce your shin. Let your knee feel nice and relaxed and loose. Good. Let's go ahead and take some circles with our ankle and circle the opposite direction. Now we're going to point and flex, point, flex, point, flex. Okay, now you're going to reach your big toe towards the front and then reach your pinky toe side towards the front. So we're everting and inverting our foot. Those are fun words. It's a smaller motion, and sometimes it takes a minute for the brain to find this part of the body, but see what you can do, even if your foot doesn't move and you're imagining it. Good. Go ahead and relax that leg down. Shake out your arms, give them a little break. We'll take some seated cat-cow in between sides, hands to knees. Inhale, draw shoulders back, really open now. Exhale, round it back. Hands slide forward, belly pulls back. Inhale, elbows bend, heart pulls forward. Exhale, round it back. Notice how your back feels. Inhale, rock it forward. And exhale, round back. Rise on up, neutral spine, nice and tall. Interlace fingers behind your left thigh, and we'll start with that lovely knee bounce. I think this feels so nice, just so relaxing on the knees. You can let go of the tension in the thigh, and just let there be a little soft buoyancy here in this joint. All right, come back to neutral. Let's roll the ankle. And roll in the opposite direction. Good. Now we'll point and flex, point, flex, point, flex, point, flex. Good. Big toe forward, pinky toe back, pinky toe forward, big toe back. Notice if there's a difference one side to the other. This isn't a motion we focus on very often, this inversion and eversion of the foot, this little range of motion of the ankle. But this is really good for your feet. Woo, okay, shake it out, release it out. Pause here in mountain pose, take a breath. Wonderful. Let's go ahead and prepare for our lunging warrior series. So bring your hands to your hips so you can feel your pelvis. We're going to try to keep the pelvis nice and neutral. Inhale, reach your right leg forward, flex your foot. Notice the tendency to tuck back and see if you can stay sitting up nice and tall. Working towards bringing this right leg up in line with the left thigh as much as you can. Now go ahead and point your toe as much as you can, and let's draw little circles here. Try to go slow and not use any momentum. Try to be really light in that left foot. Notice if you start gripping in your shoulders and neck. Good, let's circle the other way. Pretend like you're drawing circles or painting. We'll keep the leg as straight as it can go. Good, now we'll hold. And then if it's okay, reach your arms up. Keep your low ribs anchored, no flaring, nice and tall. You're really extending through your heel now, reaching through your fingertips, feeling the strength of your body, muscle shaking, so good for you. Ooh, and exhale, release. Okay, good job. We are going to turn to the left side of our chair. And we're going to hold the back of the chair, so let's make sure that we can do this safely, that we're not going to be falling out of the chair. Also, if you have arms on your chair, you might have to modify this or skip it. But if you can, sit towards the edge of your chair so that just your left hip is on and the right hip is starting to come off the chair so that we can hurdle the leg back with our toes tucked under. So check out my foot especially. Your left thigh and hip is really supported with the chair. You can hold on to the back of the chair. And we're in this crescent lunge without having to put any weight on our knees. So this is really great for anybody with knee issues. You don't have to put load on your knee to find the same stretch. Do activate your right hip muscle. Reach your knee towards the floor. And, if a lot of us have very tight hip flexors and quads, and so, we have varying degrees that we can go as far as depth, but you can explore, you can have your foot forward more, that will lessen the stretch, or you can explore like reaching back even more until you find a place where you're feeling sensation, you're at that edge, that boundary, and we'll breathe there. And you're getting a nice little toe extension stretch on the bottom of your feet at the same time. Good. Now we're going to hold the back of the chair. Take an inhale, sweep your right arm up. Exhale, rotate to the left. So we're twisting again, and this time we'll grab the back of the chair. And we're not going to push-pull a lot. Really feel grounded into the seat of the chair. Press that left hip down. And then rotate. Keep your low ribs pulled in. Try not to have any back bend here. Your head can look back past the left shoulder as much as is comfortable for your neck. And breathe, especially focus on sending the breath into the back here. Nice, slowly release. Pivot your body forward so your legs are wider. Your knees are following the direction of your feet. Take an inhale here, exhale, drop that right shoulder in. A little bit different take on the twist. Good, and rise up back. We'll do all of that on the other side. So feet back together. We'll start in our nice, strong mountain pose. And let yourself feel that good alignment, your feet firmly grounded, your hips stable. Your arms long, fingers open. Notice any hum or buzz of energy in your body. And then grab your hips. Keep them nice and neutral. Reach your left leg forward. This leg might be different. Point your toe, and let's take our circles. Little small circles, trying to keep both sits bones equally grounded on the chair. Notice if there's anything that's different about that. Learning about your body here. Let's circle in the opposite direction if you haven't yet. Relax your shoulders, your neck, your jaw, especially unclench that jaw. That's my tendency for sure. Good. Now we're going to hold. Go ahead and flex your foot. Reach through your heel. Inhale, arms up high. Palms face toward each other. Your shoulders can come along for the ride. Make sure you don't feel impingement in your shoulders and feel so strong. Breathe. If you started to hold your breath, take another inhale. Let it go with an exhale. Ooh, and exhale. Release. So building strength here. Now we'll turn to face the right side of the chair. And we'll scooch towards the edge of the seat again so that your right thigh and hip are connected, but your left hip can have some space to hurdle your leg back into this lunge. So we'll go ahead and do that now. And we want to try to find a vertical thigh and a vertical shin here. Of course, that depends on how your mobility is today. Toes tucked under so that you get a nice stretch, toe extension stretch, also a stretch on the soles of the feet. Activate your left glute muscle here so that your pelvis stays nice and vertical. And feel that stretch on the thigh, the hip flexor. Of course, there's always that option to step your leg back more to the place where you can really explore the depth, but making sure to listen to your body all at the same time. And notice too if you can discern messages from your body versus stories in your head. It's a practice for sure. But we want to be careful that we never push past something that's safe, but also that we're putting in some effort. There's this really nice balance of effort and ease with your practice. Let's go ahead and add the twist now. Inhale, reach that left arm up, grow tall. Exhale, rotate towards the chair. Whew. No push-pulling, nothing super aggressive here. Soften your shoulders, pull your low ribs in. Inhale, press the hips down. Lengthen the spine. Exhale, go ahead and rotate. Maybe you look back past your right shoulder if that's okay for your neck. Or maybe you keep your gaze a little more forward. That's okay too. Really experiment with your breath here. Take a big breath, send it into the back. Good. And gently release. Pivot your body forward again. Your knees will be pointing out. Plant your feet, ankles directly under those knees. Take an inhale, hands to thighs. Exhale, drop that left shoulder down to the center. Again, look past the right shoulder. A little forward fold variation of this twist. Nice. Good. Press into your hands, into the thighs to rise back up. Step your feet back together. Scoot your hips back so you can recline back to the seat of the chair. Hopefully you're in a chair that allows you to do that. Your head is free, but let your back be supported now so you can let go of your core muscles. Your hands can rest on your thighs in your lap or dangle by your sides. Wiggle your shoulders if you need to. Feel the support beneath you. Release your body into gravity a little bit more So you can let go of any lingering tension. Feel how your breath flows. Feel if you have more space for breath. Notice any residue from your practice here in your body, here in your heart. And for a moment, we'll stay here. This is our Shavasana, our final relaxation today. Stay with your breath, your body, and your heart as one harmonious system. Now come back down to this breath, down to this moment. Be here in the room and here in your body. Your presence is your power. Drop your hands out by your side. Take an exhale. Inhale, nice long body stretch. Nothing fancy about it, just whatever feels good. And then go ahead and sit up. Roll your shoulders, your neck, any little wiggles. Eventually, find that stable, upright position again. Gather your hands to your heart. Acknowledge yourself for showing up, for getting a little bit of movement into your day. Any time is a good time for a little bit of movement. And it doesn't have to be a big, long, aggressive, hour-long session. Small mobility, it goes a long way for helping us. Thank you so much for joining me. Namaste.